KUSI's Michael Turco traveled 150 miles east of San Diego to bring us this report.
Turco says he got a call from a longtime desert dweller trying to carry on the legacy of her departed husband.
Glamis, California is the location of the largest sand dunes in the United States and the unofficial off-road capital of the world. It used to be the kind of place where rugged locals carved out a living with nothing but guts and determination. But now they're being overwhelmed by rules and regulations, and outside Glamis, another desert tradition is about to bite the dust. Over 1 million off-road enthusiasts bring their ATVs to the Imperial Sand Dunes recreation area each year, over 100,000 at Thanksgiving alone. And for over 30 years, the Boardmanville trading post just outside the park has been a favorite watering hole, a place to get a snack and an ice-cold beer. Jeannie Boardman runs the place.
Michael Turco, how are you?
How are you?
Nice to meet you. Quite a place you got here.
Thank you.
Off the beaten path.
Way off the beaten path.
Inside, you can get a break from scorching temps that sometimes top 110. They don't get KUSI TV here, but they've heard about the Turco files.
Friends of mine were here and they watched your show and they told me that you help people who have good causes, so I called and left a message.
And you got a problem here.
I have a big problem.
You don't have any customers.
I know.
The Imperial Sand Dunes is right over there, on the other side of the Union Pacific Railroad tracks. Until 2 years ago, off-roaders got here by going under the tracks at Wash10.
The railroad has shut the tunnel down, which I have permission to clean out for the duners. And the CHP closed down people going around the railroad tracks up at the highway and coming down Tech Road, which people have been able to do for 29 years.
Before he died, her husband got written permission from a Southern Pacific employee to keep the wash clear. But the railroad was sold to Union Pacific, and they said, no way.
Union Pacific bought out the Southern Pacific lock, stock, and barrel, so they bought this agreement. And now they're saying that the man this Mike Arcarand, wasn't authorized to do it.
What's that mean for you?
That means I'm going to have to close down after this season.
It's that bad.
It's that bad.
The railroad says it's a safety and liability issue, and they claim they have the right to stop anyone from going across their right-of-way under the tracks. Now here's the craziest part of this story. Off-road riders in their off-road vehicles still cross this railroad line all the time. You can see their tracks in the sand. And that's a lot more dangerous than the way they used to get across, by going underneath the tracks through Wash10.
I told him, I says, if you go back through all your lawsuits, I bet you won't find a single one from going under Wash10. It's all from going over the tracks.
What do they tell you?
If I give the railroad $1.5 million, they'll build a new trestle for me, and then I can have permission to use it.
Obviously, she can hardly afford even a tiny fraction of that, so it looks like another desert landmark will soon be lost forever.
I promised my husband that I would keep this place going for him, and now I can't. He can't fight the railroad. I'm done.
Railroad officials tell me they're committed to operating safely and efficiently, and that the only legal and safe way to cross the tracks is at a designated railroad crossing. I'm Michael Turco, only on KUSI News.